Hi traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's market update for Thursday the 15th of October. So overnight we did see some continued weakness in US stocks, and we also saw a bit of a continuation on from USD strength after rallies. We're looking at the AUD USD at the moment after rallies were rejected. Now the Aussie did close higher, and we did see that flat finish on the euro, but the pound was a surprise last night. It pulled back from earlier losses. A very strong session, actually finished off highs but still maintained a 0.58% move higher, and that still locks in further now a level here seen at 29.29, and that's short-term support basically that we're watching at the moment. So at the moment today, buyers still are trying to move higher at the moment, but there's still a little bit of supply just to watch up to 30.68. So we'd like to see if buyers can make a new test of that level first, and if momentum can continue and this current trend can continue, then we'd see possibility of a break of that level to show a continuation in play. Now, just going back to the Australian dollar today, we had unemployment rate and employment change data come out for Australia. Now, the data was not great, but was better than expected. The unemployment rate did decrease slightly, and we did see data wasn't the greatest, but we did see a decrease from what was the worst case that was expected in the employment data. So at the moment, the Aussie is tracking lower. Now that was due to comments out of the RBA. They're seeing that rates will be basically maintained at low levels with no real thoughts of an increase for 3 years, and this is on top of a forecast rate cut by the RBA coming most likely looking out in November. So the Aussie didn't have a lot of good news going for it today, and we can see that with the selling so far. So now it's going to move over to currencies today. To the yen, we are seeing, apart from the Aussie, which is tracking lower to the RBA, we're seeing buybacks from the euro and from the pound, and it's interesting signs after the yen's been relatively strong for a few days. We're also seeing buying on the dollar to the yen as well. So we'll like to see if that does carry forward. The euro has been battered for the last 3 sessions, and we wanted to see if a low can be put in. Now, if we do see a new lower high setup, and we'll be seeing if sellers will make a resumption of this current short-term move lower and possibly turn it into something a little bit more like a short to medium-term downtrend. So if there's any selling to come, we'd be looking for demand to come back in at this level. And for now, is resistance on the euro yen's around that 124 point, and then up again at 124.67, and then up again finally at 124.90.91. Now we just want to jump over to oil now, and then we're going to touch on gold. So oil at the moment is sitting back at this resistance area that's been holding really since 17th of September. That level of resistance is around the 41.50 point, just rounding up, and we haven't seen a break above that level for a fair period of time now. So we are seeing price now back at quite an interesting level, and it's going to be interesting to see if buyers can make the next step. Well, we did talk about this higher low previously, and we did see a nice rally from oil in yesterday's session, adding 2.39%. So the next test now for buyers is to see if they can break through this resistance and carry onwards. Now, if we do see a break, the likely target that we'd like to see tested will be 42.55, and then resistance, once that range resistance that ended up breaking for price to break lower, which is seen at 43.50. So it'll be interesting tonight to see if buyers can carry forward and clear this resistance level that's been in place since September. Now, this quickly and finally, just looking at gold. Now, we've seen a couple of days lower, and we've seen yesterday's stalemate. Buyers weren't able to hold a high and sellers were rejected at a low. So we are watching support basically from 1890, and we are seeing a nice fight back at the moment from buyers after a move down in today's Asian session. So that's been really pulled back quite aggressively, and right now what we're just looking to see is if this is a new higher low, and if this is starting to put a bit more pressure on this current short-term downtrend, and if we'd see buyers continue on from this rejection bar and push higher. So the first test will possibly be seen at 1908.08, and then if there was going to be a continuation of buying, then we'll be looking for further resistance up around 1923 up till that 1929.63 point. But stage one is really just to hold that low and to see if that bar can hold, and if that will be a launching pad / rejection point for further buying to continue tonight. So with the US dollar, seemingly under a little bit of weakness, the pound isn't looking exceptionally great there, but it does show that possibility factors are there to help gold. But again, buyers are going to have to clear this point and then hold this low here just to keep that pattern in check. And it's the same really on the daily. We're just seeing that support here, and we're just seeing that new low. So we have that couple higher lows now, so 1, 2, and just third higher low here. So that's a few things that we're keeping our eyes on at the moment. So that's all for today's report. We thank you for watching and listening, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your trading day, and good trading to you. And until tomorrow, bye for now.